We're down to the final video. I've got my little milk and coffee here to help me as I talk my way through all of Magic 2019. This will be the 7th video in the playlist, and I think it's going to be the last one. I'm going to go through these cards a little fast. I'm not a great limited player, and I'm being very kind to myself. I just want to mention, for the sake of completion, all the commons and uncommons that I think are going to be in the limited toolbox. They don't really fit in any one of the previous videos. They're not fitting into any specific build for Brawl, for Tribal, for Commander. They're just here to make the set work for limited, in my opinion. So Aegis of the Heavens will boost a creature +1/+7 at instant speed. The Cage will exile temporarily. It's kind of like an Oblivion Ring, and it's for target non-land permanent. I think it's going to be very useful. Very, very useful. Inspired Charge, a reprint. All creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn at instant speed for 4. Invoke the Divine was already in Dominaria. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, gain 4 life for 3 at instant speed. Knight's Pledge, I think, was also in Dominaria. I forget where it was. You enchant the creature and you give it +2/+2 for 2. The white aura, so if you wanted to do a Naya build on auras with the red and green auras, that could actually be something. I just realized this at this very moment as I'm talking about this card. It's got Knight's Pledge as the name for a reason. It probably is a good fit in a Knight deck. Luminous Bonds is Pacifism +1 battle cruiser. It's just like Pacifism. It just locks out a creature from attacking or blocking. Make a Stand. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible. Instant speed at 3. If you got 3 extra mana, somebody's trying to take out all your critters, you can protect it. Mighty Leap. Instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying. Combat trick in white. Pegasus Cursor gives another creature flying when it attacks from Dominaria. An Elk, 4/3/3, and you can tap a defending creature. Your defending player is one of their creatures. When this attacks, it's a good battle trick in limited. Take Vengeance, I think it's really, really good at sorcery speed. So somebody already attacked you, you took the hit or something, and one of their big critters is tapped. When it comes to your turn, the creature's already tapped from attacking, and you destroy it for 2. That's very nice. At sorcery speed, I love it. It'd be much better if it was an instant, but I'll take it as a sorcery. Then the Beast, 3/3, with an ETB, enters the battlefield. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's going to help you in a white-blue artifact build. The Bird is a flyer, 1/1/2. Now we're doing blue. So we did white in 3.5 minutes. This is an aura, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and cannot be blocked. That's actually pretty good. Who knows? Maybe there is a 4-color aura deck in standard. I don't know. Anticipate is a great card. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put any one of them in your hand, and the rest of the bottom of your library is card. So it can be anything you need. Anticipate is a great common. Bone to Ash, another core set reprint. A 4-drop counter spell that draws you a card. That's not bad. That's actually not bad, especially if you're on mono blue or in the white-blue artifacts deck. I think Cancel, Disperse, and Divination need no introduction. Okay. Disperse is really an unsummon for Battle Cruiser. Actually, I think it's a little stronger. I think unsummon only does creatures, and this does non-land permanents. So this can do a Planeswalker. So Disperse is pretty good. Cancel and Divination, I don't think need any introduction. They're just toolbox. Dwindle, it can take a big critter and just turn it off from attacking with high power up to 6. And then if the player says, well, I cannot attack, I'm going to use it to block, then it destroys us. That's pretty good. Essence Scatter, there is no negate in M19. I always like to look at a set, especially a core set, and say, does it have Essence Scatter and negate? Sometimes it'll have one but not the other, and this is the case. There's no negate in this set that I could find, so you cannot have counter target non-creature spell for 2 at instant speed, but you can have it for creatures, and it's a creature heavy meta, so that makes sense. Serpent is a serpent, 6/6, can be blocked if you have a gigantic amount of mana. That's nice and limited. Ghost form, up to 2 target creatures cannot be blocked this turn. That's very good, useful. It's a sorcery. The Scholar, 6/4 flyer, enters the battlefield, scry 2. Mirror Image, I think it's a very good uncommon. You may have Mirror Image enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature you control. It's already a creature you control, but if you already have something sweet and you want 2 of them, for 3 mana in blue, you can get it. So I like Mirror Image a lot. Omen Speaker is fantastic. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 2. Beautiful. Sift is especially good in blue-red, where discarding a card after drawing is a lot more useful because you have ways to pick things out of your graveyard, replay instants or sorceries that land in your graveyard. I like it a lot. Very good card. 4-drop sorcery Sleep. Tap all creatures target player controls, and they don't untap, so it's good in one of your control decks. Then the Drake is here because it's a 4/3/2 flyer. You're going to need flyers unlimited. Switcheroo, exchange control of 2 target creatures. The Mare, the blue Mare, cannot be blocked by green creatures. And whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card and then discard a card if you do it. And then it becomes a 2/3 for 2 mana. Otherwise, it's kind of a defender card. I mean, I wish it had defender, but it doesn't. It looks kind of weak. Totally Lost, great flavor. I love it. Put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. It can be anything that's about to kill you. Instant speed for 5. I rarely use this card, but I love the artwork. Chill. Instant. You draw a card and you save yourself from taking a hit. It's almost like a temporary fog. I wouldn't use it unless I really had to. I've already talked about Wall of Mist in the Defender Elder Dragon deck idea that I was talking about. Or a deck that can be built. It's not an idea. I mean, they're making the cards, telling you what to do with them. Endurance, instant battle trick in black. It'll preserve it if you know it's already going to die, but you want it to kill something. Divination. You sack a creature and you draw 3 cards for 4. I really like it. That's really good. That is really good. This set does not have the pair instant sorceries where, and I forget the names off the top of my head, where for one you discard to draw, for the other one you sack to draw. This is a little heavier, a little bit more battle cruiser, but you're drawing 3 cards, so I really like it. The Beast is here for limited, 6/6/5 vanilla. And I think it's a reprint from Ixalan, if I remember correctly. Duress, old card. To look at your opponent's hand, you pick a non-land card. The higher blade has flash, which is really disruptive in limited. So I like it. 3/3/2 otherwise. It just has flash. It doesn't do anything else. Then this aura gives your creature +2/+0 infernal scarring, and when it dies you get to draw a card. I have never really played this card, even though I've seen it in many sets. Maybe I should, and I'll learn something. Lich's Caress. Destroy target creature, you gain 3 life. Another one of these battle cruiser 5-drop sorceries to destroy a creature. I would not play this card unless it's all I had to play. The Waltz, you return 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand, and then discard a card. Yeah, sifting through your graveyard, playing with it. That's really good, really good. Mind Rot, classic card, discard for 3. You can use it on yourself. It's target player, it doesn't say opponent. Usually you're going to use it on your opponent. Murder, I'm really glad that it's here. I think the last time it was in Standard, it was in Eldritch Moon with the same artwork. Love the return of this card. That's wonderful. It makes this core set really good, in my opinion. Thirst, instant, you gain 1 life and target creature gets -X/-X, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. Could there be a white-black angel deck where you would use this? Otherwise, I don't really know. Then the Black Mare is a 3/2/2, cannot be blocked by white. And when it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent controls, multiple opponents, get -1/-1. I really like your opponents in this card, and it makes me think. It reads kind of weak in my opinion, but I really like opponents for a table of 4 playing Commander, or for a table of 4 playing multiplayer casual. Harpy Flyer 3/1/2. You pay 1, sack another creature, you put a counter on this. The counter stays. That's very good for a fun limited card. I already have discussed Rise from the Grave, part of the toolbox. I want to use it a lot. Great in Reanimator. The 4/3/3 Skeleton deals 1 damage to any target when it enters the battlefield. There's not a full skeleton deck in Magic 29 and the core set, and I don't think in Standard that I can tell. For a 2-drop, target player loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. That's really, really good for 2. I think this is a fantastic sorcery, and it's a common. Spores, Battle Cruiser, 4-drop. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. I think it's a weak card. It's for limited. There's no fling, but there's a fling-like card in this set. So you can pull off the Act of Treason fling trick in this set, which is wonderful. You gain control of the creature. You attack with it because it has haste. After you attack, you fling it at your opponent for its casting cost. I love that trick. Totally love it. Totally casual. You'll never see it in a competitive deck. It's a great trick. Elemental 3/2, sack it to get 2 mana. It's there. Cast through, 1-drop, give something trampled, draw a card. Double cast for 2 red. You can copy an instant or a sorcery spell after you cast it. Nice trick. Electrify, one of these Battle Cruiser damage cards. For 4, you deal 4 damage to target creature. Fiery Finish, it's kind of like a Lava Axe, but deals 7 damage for 6 mana to a creature. Another Elemental, 5/5/4, vanilla. The Devils, 4/4/3 with Trample. The Minotaur, 4/3/3 with Haste. I love the haste. I love Minotaurs. I need more of them. That's good. The Hellion. I'm going to say Hellion. Trample. 4/7/3. It's got to have some gigantic drawback. Let's read it. At the beginning of each end step, if it attacked or blocked this turn, its owner shuffled it into their library. It doesn't have haste. So you cast it, it just sits there. And you cannot attack or block with it, otherwise the moment you do, you lose it. So I would wait for the next turn, I'd attack with it. It's a 7/3. That's really good. But then once you attack with it, then you got to put it into your library at the beginning of each end step. So could you bring it back to your deck, to your hand, and then cast it again? Maybe. Lava Axe needs no introduction. 5 for 5. Target player or planeswalker. So this has been changed. It didn't used to read that. So Lava Axe gets a new definition in the new era of Magic. The red mare cannot be countered. That's really good. I really like that. That makes it, in my opinion, the best one of the 5, even though I don't think I've discussed the green one. I'm going to say it's the best one without even talking about the green one. It cannot be blocked by blue creatures. And it gets +1/+0, so it can get pumped. I really like the red mare. I think it's the best one so far. Maybe the best one of the 6. Classic cards for the red toolbox need no introduction. Lightning Strike at uncommon instead of common as it was in Theros, but I'll take it. Shock, Smelt, they need no introduction. Short Strike for 2, give +3/+0 to a creature for strike. Rift, destroy a land for 4, and creatures without flying cannot block this turn. I really wish it was creatures with flying, but it is without flying. Thud is the fling that I was mentioning, so it's in here. You're going to sack, hopefully you're going to sack something you took over with Act of Treason, and then you're going to deal damage to any target. Any target, that's great. I love Thud. Thud, not Thud. Thud. Tormenting Voice, great to be back. I think it was going to go away in either Kaladesh or Amonkhet. I'm going to say Amonkhet. Yeah, it's Amonkhet with Egyptian art. So I'm glad it's going to stay. It's a great way to draw 2 cards in red. Trumpet Blast comes back from core sets all the time. Battle Trick for all your creatures, pumping them with +2/+0. And finally to green. My voice is getting a little weaker, so I'm glad I'm in green for the toolbox, and this will be the last video of the series. Here's another enchantment aura for the auras deck that I think I want to build. I definitely want to build it in red and green. I may add white just for kicks and make it a Naya deck. I'm not sure. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. It really wants you to be mono green. Okay, but I'm glad it's here. The boar is a 4/4/3 that cannot be blocked by more than 1 creature. Can only be blocked by 1 creature. So it's kind of, yeah, it's good. Cannot be blocked by more than 1 creature. I'll have to think about whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It would be much better if it had menace, in my opinion. The Basilisk has Death Touch. That's great. 3/2. I like the Death Touch critters to be 1-drops, but I'll take this because Death Touch is a great way to stall your opponents. Declare Dominance for 5 sorcery. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn, and all creatures able to block it this turn do so. I think it's a great way to take out things at the cost of one of your critters. You're going to pick the critter. Hopefully it has Death Touch. It would be great on a critter with Death Touch. The Dryad, Green Seeker. Tap it. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Would have been fantastic in Theros because you would have a lot of scrying. So you want to be able to scry. You want to be able to know that it is a land before you tap this. That's how I think this should be played. The Twin 7/7/7 Trample and can block an additional creature each combat. Really good uncommon. Spider Reach 4/4. It's been in a gazillion core sets. Gift of Paradise gives you mana stability. You gain 3 life. I don't really care about the gaining 3 life part, but the add 2 mana of any color is okay. Battle Cruiser costing at 3. It'd be way, way better if it was a 1-drop minus the life gain. And even if it said add 1 mana of any color, it would be better. but that's fine. The elk, when it dies, you gain 2 life. Limited toolbox. Naturalize and plummet, I don't think need any introduction. I'm really glad that both are in this core set. That's fantastic. The aura, I've already mentioned it before. That's a great aura in green. The bite is one of your battle tricks. Target creature fights another creature. No, actually, I'm sorry. This one is where you have the creature kill itself. No, I'm misreading it. I'm sorry again. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Okay, it fights another creature with your opponent. So you can pick a fight. You can pick a specific fight that is to your advantage. And I think that's from Shadows of Innistrad. Sorry, I misread the card twice. Recollect from many core sets. Save a card from your graveyard to your hand for 3. The Monk, 5/4/2. Draw a card when it enters the battlefield. Good for limited. Snare is a 2-drop fog. All combat damage. All of it. The one you're dealing and the one that is being dealt to you. I've already discussed the Wildwood aura in the build arounds. It's pretty solid. The Wolf, 5/4/5 vanilla. Titanic Growth, a staple. It's been in many core sets. The Baloth has Vigilance, which I really like. Really like. 5/5/5. That's a solid pick in my opinion, even though I suck at limited. I'll still say that. The 4/5/3 Green Mare cannot be blocked by black creatures and has hexproof. That's good, but now that I've covered all 6 mares, the red one is by far the best because it cannot be countered. I think there are ways, yes, but it's down to the red one and the green one. I think those are the 2 best ones. Multicolored Toolbox, Enigma Drake, you're going to want it in your blue-red decks. It gets power out of the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. The Symbiont, too heavy in my opinion. Even though it's a flyer, it's a 6/3/3. It's too heavy. I've had a bad experience before trying to build around one of these uncommons. It happened in Origins. There's the blue-black uncommon in the full cycle is the one that I just couldn't make a good deck with. I feel like this card is like that too. Enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card, and you draw a card. That's pretty good, but it's still a 6-drop. The Enchanter is fantastic. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you draw a card. This card would have been incredible in Theros. And if I do get around to building a Theros Amonkhet cube, which I've been thinking about, this card has to go in it. It just has to go in it. It's only a 3-drop, and it's going to draw me a ton. In an enchantment commander deck, this card early game, if nobody takes it out, could be drawing me a card a lot. I love it. It's a great uncommon. We're down to the artifacts, and I think I have just enough voice to finish this video. 3/3 to draw a card, so the first card costs you 6. It's okay. Ganymede Tome is a little similar. This one's a little lighter because Ganymede Tome, I think it's a 4-drop if I remember correctly. So this is good. It's good for a core set. The Apparatus, for 4 mana, you cast 1, then it takes 3. You can hit something for 2. It's nice because it can just sit there for the right time. I would never play it, frankly. The Creeper is a 2/2/1 for limited. Artifact creature, Scarecrow. And then we're down to the Manolith for stabilizing your mana. And then the Golem, which is a 7/3/3. But when it enters the battlefield, it destroys target non-land permanents. That is one heavy cost, but it says target non-land permanent. I would want to use it in limited, but boy, I would have to have 7 mana. but it can take out a Planeswalker, can take out any target non-land permanent that doesn't have hexproof. It's pretty strong, but it's 7 mana. I'll have to think about it. And I'm done, and I think my voice is done. I hope you have enjoyed this series of 7 videos. I'm really looking forward to M19, of course. I was waiting for a core set every day that there wasn't one. Thank you.